first dye sesh since we've moved in. We've been here for like, tomorrow's gonna be 2 weeks already. Feeling very off. It's really hard to start dyeing yarn again when I've taken like a whole month off. But, you know, we got the dye sweater on so we don't make a mess. And we're gonna do the first pour together. Not bad, felt pretty good. The funny thing is that they're playing a song by Incubus, Drive, my all-time favorite song. So it's kind of like I'm meant to be here. The bag that I'm working on, it's getting there. There's progress. Started with the base, and now I'm at the row where I'm just gonna move up the bag. Not too shabby, you know, for double stranding my yarn with a Jody long yarn. What do we think? Color is kind of crazy, very eclectic, but I'm using treble crochet, so trying to give it kind of like a meshy sheer effect, an effortless effect, if we will. Actually invited us to grill hamburgers at their place and hang out. We made chocolate chip cookies. Ooh, they're still soft. They're very soft. today's Sunday. Since we moved here, we've really been trying to take off the weekends to just kind of like recoup, clean the house, do laundry. In all reality, just to like chill out, because the week, it really gets to us. And especially with Jordan starting this new job, he really kind of needs this time to like defervesce, get his mind off of work. But I'm making a little bit of an exception today, because if you guys have been watching my previous videos, your girl has really been struggling to get into a productive work routine. The last week I did a much better job. Like, I started to get on track, but now that I have like a little bit of a footing into a routine, I'm trying to set myself up for success. Jordan is literally hopping in the shower right now, so I hope that we can't really hear the water running. Originally, I wanted to save like starting this tutorial and filming all of this for the start of the week, but because I do feel, you know, that rush of energy, I just feel really productive right now. So I want to take advantage of like these few hours of just quiet and peace in the house to get a jump start on this new sweater tutorial, which I'm really excited about. I spent a good amount of time drafting out like which weight of yarn and which fiber content I wanted to use. And ultimately I decided to settle on the Noro Madara. It's like a number 4 to a number 5 bulky. So far, this is how the pattern is looking. I don't really know what I want to name it yet. Of course, I just started on this, but it kind of gives me like grandpa sweater vibes. So hopefully once I have, you know, a good amount more rows and much more work to show you guys, we'll have a better feel for how the sweater is going to lay, how the aesthetic is going to be. But yeah, officially, I have my filming set up. This room is still a mess, okay? We still have boxes everywhere. I think I'm gonna place an order for some like organizational storage shelving, because I can't keep dealing with the boxes. Now that I have a good grip of this started, I don't really need to film anymore until this front panel is like close to done. So I think I'm gonna take this out into the living room. We've been kind of talking about restarting The Walking Dead, because we started Fear the Walking Dead, and now we're already like season 4, season 5, and it's getting like, we're over it. But the like kind of early fall vibes going on here in Boston really makes us want to restart The Walking Dead. So I think the rest of my day is just gonna be like me working on the new sweater and chilling out on the couch. So that is my Sunday update for you guys. Mental health is slowly improving, so I just want to stay on it. I want to stay on the grind. Girl. Now we get to build this before Jordan goes to work. Now that I'm getting settled into our new home, one of my very first priorities is to establish a more productive workflow. If you've been watching my videos for a while, then you'll know that I juggle quite a dynamic workload. So I want to say thank you to FlexiSpot for sponsoring yet another video. I've been using my FlexiSpot standing desk for the past 2 years already, and I truly could not function without it. This is their E7pro standing desk, and let me tell you, she's the cream of the crop. I love that it can handle pretty much my entire workload, whether I'm editing tutorials, filming content, packing orders, or even taking like little breaks throughout the day. It's my most versatile workstation by far. The desk is height adjustable from 25 inches to 50 inches, so you can sit or stand at the push of a button. The keypad also has an LED touchscreen and a USB charging port, along with my favorite like memory presets, so I can quickly adjust to my preferred heights depending on the task that I'm working on. It also has a dual motor, which I think is my favorite feature. I can honestly say that the dual motor on my new E7 is way quieter than my other desk, and it also adjusts at a way quicker speed. Personally, I would not be able to keep up with my work if I didn't have my standing desk, so if you're interested in checking out FlexiSpot for yourself, I'll leave a link to their website in my description down below. Now that Monday has already began, I did get a little head start on this little crochet sweater that I'm working on. Why do I keep saying little? It's definitely not little. When I first started like the chain and the first few rows, I'm not too sure if I'm making this too big for me. Oversize is definitely my style. Like, hello, we got the oversized tee on today. But I am worried, you know, when it comes to making something oversized, it does require more yarn, just larger yardage of fiber. And then also is gonna take me like a little bit longer. This is what I have so far though. Pretty good. I actually tried to film this a little bit last night as we were sitting on the couch watching The Walking Dead. Yeah, we restarted The Walking Dead. Here we go. But it was like way too dark last night. So just popping on here to show you guys how much I've gotten done in like maybe a couple hours of time. This front panel is already taking me, I wouldn't say long, because I am using like a number 4 to number 5 fiber, but yeah, it's gonna be a pretty large sweater for me. Maybe I should have sized down a little bit, but honestly, when we're in the throes of winter, like when there's snow out and there's like wind chill, I'm probably gonna wish that I had a larger, heavier sweater. So we're just gonna stick with the big boy. A rather large day in front of us. It's actually not too bad. I think for the most part today, I just want to dedicate some time to work on this so that I can kind of keep up with the tutorial. But then here in a little bit, I do want to head out and take some proper photos of my finished Advent project, because I realized after watching back the last 2 videos that I finished this, but I didn't even show you guys how it really looks on. I have been wearing this out and about around town, but I haven't like christened her by showing her to you guys. So this is my finished Advent project. And for all of those who are going to ask, I did crochet this little shruggy here. I believe this is the Rain Clouds Shrug by Mason Jar Yarns. I found the pattern on Etsy, and honestly, it worked up really, really well. The only thing I noticed with this is because I kind of altered the pattern a little bit, it doesn't hug me, I feel like, the way a shruggy should. It's like constantly falling off of my shoulders. I'm always having to like bring it back on, so it is a little bit like loose. So there is a chance I might go in with like some elastic or something around the opening of the shruggy, just so that it kind of like hugs me a little bit better, because that is something that is kind of annoying, having the shrug constantly fall off of your shoulders. And yeah, I used honestly all 14 colorways, so you can kind of see them worked up in like blocks and stripes. Another thing that I've kind of been lagging on that I really wanted to do right when we moved here was open up the pre-orders for the top 3 most voted on colorways from the Advent, and I have not gotten around to that. Hopefully in a day or 2 I can kind of open up the voting polls for all of you guys to vote on your top 3 colorways from the Advent. My top 3 is kind of hard to settle on, but I really love this colorway right here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge fan of Oasis, which is day number 14, which is this colorway. I mean, either one of these 2 colors as well. Like that is, I don't have a top 3, I have a top 5, and that's as good as I can do. And then after I take some photos, I also need to head out to Staples because I need to print out some paperwork. Moving to a completely different state across the entire country involves a lot of like logistic stuff, paperwork that has to be filed and submitted, updates with our new address and everything. So the list is pretty heavy. I think tomorrow I'm gonna walk over to the RMV, which is like Massachusetts version of the DMV, because I need to get Massachusetts registered plates for the vehicle, but then I have to print out like a bunch of insurance paperwork and like forms to get the transition from Cali plates to Massachusetts plates. We also need to make appointments at the RMV to get new driver's licenses, because come tax season, if I still have my California's driver license, I said that weird. If I still have the California driver's license, then I'm gonna get taxed not only in Cali, but also in Massachusetts. So I need to save money. I need to get a license as well. And then honestly, right now I'm blanking because there's like 3 other things that I have to get like filed and whatnot. We did also switch over our insurance. We're still staying on Geico, but we had to change it to our address here in Mass. We also need to take our car into like the shop. Because if you guys watch the cross-country vlog, then you'll know I wouldn't say the car broke down because the car continued to run throughout the entire trip, but we are having a cylinder misfire, which is not chill. As Jordan has told me, that's gonna be a pretty expensive fix. I believe it's a head gasket that needs replacement. I'm gonna put in a little bit more work on this sweater, try to add on at least a few more rows, and then get the rest of my day popping.